Kids who actually chose Bulbasaur, how'd you turn out? I'm 29 and I still live in the bushes in my parents' yard. Same. Howdy neighbor. We do beg your pardon, but we are in your garden. Turned out to kick Brock and Misty's ass in their own gyms. PSHT. And Lieutenant Surge, too. He's not weak to grass, but Raichu isn't doing much at all to an Ivysaur. You get IT. Plant Gang is so strong at the start. Bulbasaur is still hands down my favorite starter all these generations later. I think it was my inner troll that loved the Leech Seed, toxic stacking error in Gen 1. Turned out into a weird biologist and math nerd, seems appropriate. Also worked with Rap, and Rap had the bonus move glitch, where as long as the Pokemon using Rap was higher speed than its opponent, the other Pokemon never got to attack. Victory Bell was an absolute monster. Stacking Leech Seed and Toxic is such a hack. I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it more often. You learn long-term payout with a Bulbasaur, plus Venusaur lets you smoke Giovanni. This is the best answer. I started with Squirtle as a kid but tried playing the strategic way when I found my Game Boy as a senior in high school and started replaying the game with Bulbasaur. There's this one attack, Leech Seed I think? That pretty much gives you unlimited health while draining everybody else's. It's like a free potion. You have the option to replace it with stronger moves, but if you keep that one and use it strategically you're pretty much on easy street. Also tried the Mew glitch, to see if it really worked, and it actually did. Edit, wow, this blew up. Never knew of all the strategic ways to abuse the power of Leech Seed. And a lot of people are asking about the Mew glitch. Most of the people commenting below could probably explain it better than I could, but in my case I followed an old video with steps to make him appear so you could fight him. I think it involved strategically flying to another location the moment a trainer saw you and the mark popped up. To add to that, Mew starts off super weak but very quickly becomes OP if you keep him in your party and train with him long enough. Catching him was pretty hard. Smoked Giovanni sounds like something delicious. Enjoying life while you'll never get back all that time spent grinding just to beat Brock and Misty's Starmie. This guy's 4 parallel universes ahead of us. Brock is barely even a speed bump for the Squirtle squad, cool face. I call it Pokemon Easy Mode, destroy first few gyms, tank through some middle gyms, and destroy the last gym. Easily catch Pokemon with Sleep Powder, and Solar Beam your problems away. Good against enough of the Elite Four to let your team take a break. Sleep Powder is also good through whole game, gives you a break to charge Solar Beam or heal. The main disadvantage is lack of a good tool to use. With Squirtle, my first playthrough, Surf is amazing. Charmander gets Fly by the end, which is useful though not amazing. Bulba gets Cut. Ew. In the OG Blue and Red, Charizard can't actually learn Fly. You have to trade it to Yellow or GSC. Surf isn't terrible as an attack move, but I would never give my starters Hooves, that's for my slaves. I am an inveterate environmentalist, a civil officer from Spain, and I like to play Dungeons and Dragons on Roll20 because of COVID. Regarding Bulbasaur, I have a little stuffed animal that sleeps with us every night. His name is Conchifru. I can't tell if his name is Irish or not. Conchifru, I love how googling that brings up what is probably your plushie. A competitive singles player. Joke's on you, Venusaur is the second if not the best starter Evo from the trio. I was gonna say this. It would be kinda funny if these guys found out that their red-headed stepchild starter is now a competitive monster. The only time Charizard is better is when Game Freak gives him ridiculous amounts of favoritism with overpowered megas, 2 forms. Venusaur is the best. My house has been taken over by a variety of plants. At first it was just for aesthetics, but after a few months I was able to communicate with them through sheer willpower. I can't sleep at night as they scream at me, and the nightmares are never ending. Wish I picked Squirtle now. Please, you only say that because you have no idea how loud a sink and shower can scream. AESDHETICS. Bulbasaur is pretty cool. He gives you an edge in the first two gyms, Brock and Misty. Picking Charmander is definitely hard mode for the first two gyms. He doesn't learn a grass type attack until level 13, so he is kinda useless against Brock. Unless you level up that high, but then you can beat him anyway. Addicted to marijuana, living on the streets selling my body for drugs. You don't want to know how the Squirtle kids turned out. The Squirtle kids didn't make it this far, frown. You ever suck dick for weed? Boo this man, upside down face. Fucking destroying with a smashing tactic. Who knew that 30 to 40 years later, Bulbasaurs would be laughing? Put him in the computer before I got Bill's PC, and in an effort to get him back I accidentally released him. I used to intentionally raise Pokemon to the max level and release them into the wild. I know it didn't do anything, but I just liked the idea of some bug catcher and his Weedle stumbling into my terrifying level 100 monsters. F. Bulbasaur was the best starter for that game, change my mind. I don't get how he objectively isn't. Destroys basically all the first gyms. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.